everyone, Stacy from the Bargain Bandit coming to you straight from my chase in my bedroom. I'm going to do a really quick intro and a really quick closure because I didn't leave myself much time, but check out my haul video, like, subscribe, and I'm going to say that all at the end. Hope you enjoyed my haul from today. I went to a bunch of sales, so we'll see if I got anything good. Hey everyone, so here's my haul for today, and you can kind of see I've got a box full of stuff, and then I got all of this too, and these things in front. Now the box here, I actually bring the box with me, keep it in my car, along with some hand towels, and I use the hand towels to wrap fragiles so that if I buy a cup or a glass or something, I can wrap it up so it doesn't break. So the first thing I'll show you is this here, and this is the marriage manual. And these are interesting. I buy books that I think are interesting, and I don't actually know anything about them. I don't know if there's any value in them, so don't take what I'm saying as go out and buy all these interesting books. But I buy them anyway. I have one that's a book on STDs from the early 1900s, so it's bizarre. And then this is a marriage manual that was written originally in the 30s, and then this version was published in the 60s. And you know it's going to be kind of contrary to everything we know in today's modern society. So that is interesting. I like that. I've got this. I paid $1 for. I paid $1 for the book. Paid $1 for Foodie Fight, just a food trivia game. This is probably the most interesting vintage game I got. It is called Can You by Setco. And it's got all these little brass markers, and it's complete, even though they're all mixed around. These are brass, solid brass, and it's a wooden board, and it's, if I had to guess, I have to do some research on it, because there's no date on it anywhere, but if I had to guess, I would say this is from the early to mid-60s. So that is probably the most interesting vintage game I got today, and it's, you know, I paid $1 for it. I paid $1 for this, and one of the reasons I'm re-recording this is because originally I called this a Superman hat, because I'm an idiot. It's a Spider-Man hat, clearly. It's a kid's hat, paid $1, in good condition. I have good luck with hats. I enjoy selling hats, so I always look at them. This here's, I actually don't know anything about. It's called Dragon Booster, a trading card game. I know about Pokemon and Yu-Gi-Oh! And Magic the Gathering and World of Warcraft, but this one has eluded me. It's based on a cartoon, and I've never heard of it. This is a starter kit, and it's a first edition. So I'm going to have to do some research on this. I paid $1.50 for it, and it's sealed. So we'll see if it's worth anything. I don't really know anything about it. That's something I have to learn about. Bought a couple of costumes here for 50 cents a piece. This one is a Jedi costume. And then this one here is a pirate woman costume. So those were 50 cents each. I've sold a Superman infant costume already, and I sold the Saturday Night Live costume. Both of them for pretty good money. So I'm doing okay with costumes. I bought some cameras. So I like buying cameras. I like cameras a lot, but I don't actually know that much about cameras. There's a kid called Wheeler. He's on the 1 to 50K challenge, and if you haven't seen them yet, check them out. He knows a lot about cameras. He probably could look at these and tell me exactly what they're worth and if I shouldn't have bought them, and he'll probably say you should have bought them. But so these here, I paid $1 for all of this, for the Minolta camera, the Kodak camera, and the case. Now the Minolta camera, I've done some research on, and you can get about $20 for the Minolta camera. I have another one. That's why I've done research on it. I haven't listed any of my cameras yet because I'm a little camera shy. Sorry. So I haven't listed any of my cameras yet. And I need to get on that. I need to start listing them, start trying to make some money on these. So I've got those. I only paid $1 for all of that. And then this one here I paid $2 1/4 for. It was at an estate sale. And estate sales here on the second day, they're 25% off. So I actually only paid $2 1/4 for this. And on the final day, they're 50% off. And if you go near the end of the day, you can get some really great deals on whatever's left. I've gotten some really great deals at the end of the day. So this here is a Olympus Zoom. So it's got the manual. So I will have to do some research on that. I'm sure it's worth at least $2 1/4. I'm sure I'm not going to lose money on. When you're only paying $1 or $2 on cameras, I can't imagine you actually lose your money on them as long as they're name brands and not the generic crappy ones. This here is actually an entire bag of cards. I paid $1/4 a piece for these cards. There's 35 of them. So Some of them are sealed, like this here, Tropicana. And then I have to do some research on these, and probably going to have to open up a pack of these because I got a whole bunch of these, and I don't know what the artwork actually looks like. And the money in these would be on the artwork. U.S. Army Recreation Centers. They're old, but they're not super money, big money old. This is actually a sealed deck of cards. That's cool. But these are not old. Like these are mid 80s at the oldest. Yeah, and you can tell because of the stamp. The stamp lets you know how old they are. So I've got, you know, some sealed, some not sealed. But I always buy playing cards because I need them for various reasons. You can see I have a bunch right there. That's my playing cards. One of the reasons is I sell games like this one, Pokino, and like this one, Tripoli. And they're both games that require cards to play, but they don't actually come with cards. So I include decks of cards just so that people don't have to. They've got everything they need to get started playing the games they buy from me. This here is something I'm keeping. I'm going to put it on my son's computer, and it's a webcam. Don't know anything about it, don't know if it works, but it was $3, and I'm like, what the hell? He needs a webcam, so I'll get it for him. This here, long story short, I sold 900 books last year for $100 to a local bookstore, and I'm really regretting that now because now I'm selling on eBay, and I know I could have made a lot more than $100 on all those books. But I'm going to do a little experiment, and I'm going to do it with Jim Butcher. I'm going to buy his books whenever I see them. When I've got a good lot of them, I'm going to sell them as a lot on eBay and see what I can get for them. So I paid 50 cents for that as an experiment. This here I'm keeping. This is for my kids, how to draw wizards, warriors, orcs, and elves, because every good geeky child needs to know how to do that, right? That's neat. I almost want to learn how to draw these things. I have absolutely no artistic talent whatsoever. I'm a writer. I'm not an artist, so I'm always impressed by people who can draw. So that's that. And then I have some other books I'm keeping for my kids. Magic Treehouse. I love these when I was a kid, and my kids love them now. The Treasure of the Onyx Dragon, Choose Your Own Adventure. And this one just looked kind of neat. And I paid 50 cents for each book, so they weren't expensive. Dork in a disguise. I like buying books at yard sales. Cheap way to get them. Bought 4 of these Giants glasses for 75 cents a piece, so I got 4 for $3. It's football season, so those should be a pretty easy sell right now. Paid $1 a piece for these. I got 2 of these cappuccino, oversized, huge mugs. They're made in Italy. I like mugs. I like plushes. I like board games, obviously, and I like hats. These are like my. I'm a, you know, I buy things for $1 that I can sell for 10 to 20. That's what I do. So if you're looking for you know, a channel where people are buying things for 20 that they're selling for 200, that ain't me. I'm the cheapo. This one's a kind of a bummer because it's probably worth some money. It's bone china, made in England. But I didn't notice this when I bought it. Yeah, I don't know if that's going to come out or not. Probably not. That's a bummer. I only paid $1 for it, but that's going to go in a yard sale probably. This here is my favorite item of the day. It's a honey pot, and see, it's handmade with the bear. Handmade. Comes with a little honey stick. I love it. That is my favorite item. I paid $1 for it. My favorite pickup of the day. That's the other cappuccino mug. There's more of those. Is that everything that's in here? I think so. So now I can move on to the next one. Okay, so my next pile. So these here is something I did some research on a while ago, and now I'm buying them whenever I see them. And these are the McDonald's toys, and they're sealed in the packaging still. And this woman had a bunch of different ones. This one is Victorious. It's a bunch of different ones. These you can make money on. Hey, Sage. If you have a complete set of something. And especially the How to Train Your Dragon ones. If you see the How to Train Your Dragon ones, even if you don't have the complete sets, the individuals of those are going for good money. She didn't have any of those. But those are the biggest popular McDonald's toy item right now. And those are only from 2010. They're not really old. Ice Age. So you can see I got a bunch of different ones. Paid $0.25 a piece for those. So I just buy those whenever I see them because they do have value. Maybe not immediate value, but long-term value is there. These I also always pick up when I see them if they're reasonably priced. I paid $1 for this one. This is a vintage hand-bound cookbook from the First United Methodist Church in Austin, Texas. And it's just got a bunch of, you know, recipes contributed by people. can see their names right there, that were in this church. So I love these things. I have quite a few. I've only got one up right now. There's some vintage military ones, but they're interesting. So this here, Lock Block 500. I've only paid $1 for these games, so you know they're not big investments. If this is complete, it's worth some good money, but the likelihood of it being complete is probably 2%, because it's 500 pieces, played with by kids, and it's 37 years old, so it more than likely is not complete. But you know, I took a chance on it for $1. I didn't even ask her if it was complete. And rubber bands. I guess that one's okay. This here is vintage dominoes. I think that I'll get at least 30 for these. I only paid $1 for them. They are in a case, and they have these cool little brass. You can't really see very well on the box, but there's a little brass notch in between the center of each one. It says brass spinner on it. So they're all there, and it's got the case in good condition. So I'm figuring at least 30, maybe more on those. Here's another vintage game. I don't actually know anything about this one. Frustration. It's got marbles, so it may not all be there. I didn't check any of these games for completeness when I bought them, because I'm only paying $1 on them, and that's a waste of time to sit there and count 100 marbles, because I got to be out there shopping. I got to be buying. So this one I actually did pay $2 for. I don't normally pay $2 for a game unless there's a good reason to pay $2 for a game, like it's, you know, a much more valuable game. I don't actually know the value on this game, but the reason I paid $2 for this one is because it's not punched. It's brand new. Like, the box was opened, but that's it. You know, it's got, everything is still sealed. Need to be careful not to accidentally punch them. So that's kind of, I can sell it like new, as opposed to used. So, not new because the box is open, but like new, which is just as good as unpunched. So, Vintage Clue, love these. Always pick these up when I can see them. Tribond, it's just a game I picked up for $1. It's complete. Nothing special about it. I'll get $9, $10 off of it. And then I only have this last thing. And this was actually inspired by another fellow YouTuber, and that is the Bonafide Hustler. His specialty is bikes. He knows a lot about bikes. And in one of his recent videos, he was talking about Halloween costumes and how to go check the Halloween shops for bike jerseys. And he was talking about long sleeve bike jerseys. These are all short sleeve bike jerseys. But, and this is also probably the opposite. I remember him saying, I didn't actually look at these jerseys because the woman only wanted $1 for these and then $2 for the brand new one. I didn't actually look at these before I bought them very closely, because he said these kind with the Live Strong, like these, the breast cancer, that sort of thing, they are not worth as much. So I paid $1 for that. And then I paid $1 for this one, which says Nilo's Pro Cycles, and it's got some advertising on it, and it's got a lot of good colors to it. And then this one I paid $2, and this is probably the best one of the bunch. More like what he was saying, although he said long sleeve, these are short sleeve. I decided to take a chance on them, because, you know, I don't know anything about these. I'm just going off of what he said, and, you know, I only paid $2 for it. Giant Bicycle Club, and it's got the tag still. So that's brand new. So I paid $2 for that one. So thanks to the Bonafide Hustler, if I make some money. If not, no thank you. I'm just kidding. You know, it's really interesting to be able to listen and watch what other people do, because, you know, you kind of get out there and you see something that's similar to what they've bought, and you're like, maybe I should try it. So it's always fun. So thank you for watching my first haul video. Please comment or ask questions down below. If you have any questions, but comment mostly, because I want to know how the haul video goes. Do you like it? Do you not like it? You know, obviously this is my first attempt, and this is actually my 5th attempt at recording the whole thing. So I'm kind of yeah, I'm not so good at like, you know, once I got a format down, I'll be good. I've got to hurry. Subscribe, like, bye.